song right now playing on the radio while I'm at work. I'm at work being distracted again. Time after time. I'm not to talk about this song. The only thing I can say is that, you know, she's talking about windows. I'm watching you through windows. And you're walking too far ahead. I don't know how the words came about in this song. I just know that when I was babysitting for these two girls that my mom knew. Their mother, she worked at a restaurant making the pies for a man in my hometown. And the lady, I loved the lady. The lady was sweet, and her kids were awesome. I miss those girls. She had two girls I babysat, and I always sat outside because the girls were old enough, you know, to like watch themselves. I just had to be there, but they were good. They didn't really do a whole lot wrong. They just missed their dad a lot. They didn't have their dad around them, but I guess their dad was abusive, but I don't know. It's another story. But there was a guy that was always mowing next door because they owned property, and they owned property across the street from my house in Tip City where I live in. I would always see him out mowing. I always thought about, you know, the love of my life when I seen him, because they were very good friends. And at this time, the lady that I babysat for wanted to leave for Florida for 2 weeks, and for some reason, when I went home after she had asked me if I would watch her girls, I knew that I would, you know, they would at least say no. But my mom wasn't home when I came to ask if I could babysit. It was my stepdad, and I thought to myself, Mom's not home. I have to go through him anyway, so I might as well ask him. But I didn't know he was drunk, and I was probably about 9th grade babysitting these girls, and the reason why I'm talking about this song, though, is because this is the era when this song was big, and it always reminded me of my love of my life. And also, I wear my sunglasses at night, Corey Hart, and Bryan Adams, those songs, you know, Wham, and another big one is I'm Not Missing You At All. Is a really big one. I'm not missing you at all, because he was in the song. He was missing her, thinking about her. But anyways, when I got home and I asked my stepdad if I could babysit, he said no. And all I did was say, why can't I babysit? Because I wanted the money, and it would have been good for me, you know. I already knew they were just going to say no. But I didn't know why my mom wasn't home, and I was kind of scared. And then I found out he was drunk. He started beating me around the living room. And I really got frightened that day when he started beating me around the living room. I didn't know what to do, and I wondered when my mom was going to come home. Well, then my friend Nikki, she was around me a lot at those days, came to the door, and I told her, I screamed at her, I said, go get the cops, hurry up and go get the cops right now, go get the cops. Well, nobody ever helped me, and I didn't. When I told her to go get the cops, he had ended up beating me up 2 sets of stairs to my bedroom, which my room was with my older sister. And our stairways, there was like a platform where you walked up one side of the stairs so you can go down to another room and to the den. But in the middle of it, it went up to the upstairs. I was beating up all those stairs. And my back hurt really bad. I couldn't walk. And he pinned me down on the bed. I gotta roll my window up. I don't know if you can hear what I'm saying. He pinned me down on the bed after he had beat me up the stairs. And then he started glaring in my eyes, and I just told myself, I'm in trouble. He's gonna rape me right now. I'm in big trouble. What am I gonna do? Well, the next thing I know, my mom had walked in the room and found him like holding me on the bed, and he had his hands gripped to my wrist and just glaring at me like I I was in fear for everything. Like, oh, what am I going to do? I don't know where my sisters were. But then my mom walked in, and I thought, oh my gosh, my mom has an angel. She just saved me. And I said, Mom, I can't walk. And took me to the doctors in Piqua or Troy. And on the way there, she's like, do not tell the doctors what happened. And I was just like inside myself, like, what is going on? And when we got to the doctors, and I don't know what happened at the doctors during the exam. I only remember telling the doctor, I pulled him aside and I said my dad had just beat me up the stairs. And nobody ever did anything about it. After she had told me not to tell the doctor, I did, because I was very frightened. But I go home, and, then I start just living my life the way that I always did. I just avoided him and went to my room and didn't never talk about it. But I went to school the next day, and I said, Nikki, why did you not get the cops? What happened? And she said, oh, the cops said they went to school with him. He would not do anything like that. They didn't believe her, she said. And I'm finding out that she might be part of the cult, like her brothers, but I don't know. I still have to find that out, but that's a story that I just want to talk about, because the guy mowing the yard, his name, I don't know if there was. I only could tell you what I heard or what I remember a little bit, about there was a fight or jealousy, I don't know what it was, about the guy mowing the yard, with him really liking my love of my life's wife after they got married. Because the guy mowing the yard had married a girl from the post office. Well, then back in when I think I said it in another video, he's the guy that I was brought to a house in about 2011 or so. I don't know what year it was. To these people, the guy said that his name was Jesus, and I thought it was strange. And the girlfriend thought that she was Mother Mary, like she threw a fit, because I never, I'm like, whatever. I didn't know why she was getting mad at me, but anyways, the one guy that was with them, he was a younger dude. He told me that he had plastic surgery to look the way he did. I don't know what happened to him. He said he got hurt on the I don't know what he got hurt by, but he said he was Phil Collins. Well, the other guy that said he was Jesus, he told me his name was Glenn. I don't know. And the girl was Carla, and the cult calls her Merriweather. And she's a big, I didn't know. And that's when I felt like I was in a magic game, when I was at their house, and I just wanted to leave. And I found out they can mentally torment people, whatever they do. I don't know what they do, but it's very strange to me. I felt like I was in a magic Xbox game, like real life, That's Roman's Revenge again, that I talked about before. But I just want you to know that if anybody's listening to this as a cult, and if there is somebody going around telling everybody he's Jesus, there's definitely a cult. They're playing the Bible people in this cult while they're peering into the real divine association of Christ. That it's extremely, extremely evil what these people are doing. But they got the Glenn and Phil from the guy that was mowing the yard. I'm afraid, that I'm get in trouble for saying names. One of the names I didn't mean to say. It's going back to 1999. My brain is being altered. And some of the things that I've done in my past, it's not much today. It's still happening, but it's not really bad. Like, I'm forgetting a lot more than what, and that I used to think, like when I have to pause and I'm like, I can't remember what I was going to say, because it must have been important. It's lest you forget. They're doing it. These people are doing it behind me. Like when I say a name and I know in my heart I shouldn't have said somebody's name, but people around me know what I'm talking about, that know us. I'm praying that people around me will know what's going on now, especially for Doug being divine associated with me. It's not, life just happened. if we forgot our chore, it's because we're on earth like everybody else, and most people, you know, we just live our life. We don't think about who we are or were in a past life, because we live for today. We don't live for yesterday and another life. We're on the earth living today for what we are. If we missed each other, we didn't do it on purpose. You know, we all dated. We dated other people, and that's the way the world's going right now. Is everybody, you know, the big thing in school is dating. Not having sex, but dating. And the world changed even when I've been out of school. Everybody's having sex with everybody. It's not right. That guys just want sex. Sex is not love. And me and Doug, I do believe that we really, truly were in love with each other. Just life happened. We lived different lives. We had different friends, you know. But you can't control everything. We really did try to get together. I went inward. I was a backwards kid, and I felt like the world was going backwards. And I knew that when I was a little girl on 4th Street, when I said I heard God a lot, and I felt like my life was spinning backwards. Like I was a very backwards, awkward child, and I felt like the world was going backwards around me. And I got that song when he was in a coma, Am I Standing Still? And it kind of is. It's like I'm standing still, watching the world turn backwards. And that, you know, I'm seeing all the things happen in the world. Everybody thinks the world's okay, but it's really not. If you look, I don't watch the news. I hate the news. I quit watching the news when I was in Florida, because back in '89, when Hurricane Andrew hit in Homestead, I think it was Gloria Estefan was from Homestead. On the news, there was a woman that had a baby, and she had a party, and she thought it was all of her friends. Well, the baby was sleeping upstairs, and the man, there was a bad man there. Well, the man tried to rape the baby, and baby was like very little baby, and he couldn't fit, so he ended up cutting a can in two, and the baby ended up bleeding to death. I guess he had hung the baby up on the clothesline or something. I heard in the news that just let the baby drip dead. So I have not really watched the news since that day. I quit. I just can't handle all the America's Most Wanted people. I can't handle all the murders. I can't handle rapes. I can't handle anything. And for all this stuff happening behind me is really traumatizing my entire self, to where I am going to make sure people know what I'm going through, because I'm traumatized. I've been getting traumatized really bad since I moved to Florida. When about, I can't even remember what year I went there. It got really bad. There was somebody, the whole cult, like I said, like the 300 people dead in Dayton. I knew they were dying, and I was traumatized, and I didn't know what to do. Before they killed all the 300 people, I was attacked big time. I didn't know that there was 300 people attacking me at the time. I'm finding out it's even bigger than 300 that are already dead. But I had to go through all this trauma, listening to them. I had to watch it, you know, through, it was like a mirror was hung around me. And it was just, I had to watch people die. It is like Sweeney Todd. Somebody was chopping. I had to watch it. And they saw people, I have to go through scenarios, just people falling to their death. And they said that it was a lot of opiate, and it was out of Dayton, Ohio. So for them to be able to open a room around me, which is crazy, but it's happening. I don't lie. These people are evil, and they know how to open a realm. And if they're using a mirror, that is karma, because we look in a mirror to look at ourselves, not backwards. So they're definitely in a backwards realm. So if these people, I heard one time that it's like being reborn backwards, that they're doing. So it would be like a Benjamin Button. If we could bless these people, they will be blessed backwards, like they will grow old and wither away inside out, to beg for mercy in Jesus' name, and they will fall. So I've been praying and I pray. I should probably be praying 24/7. I was on all of the Finding Evil. There's a lady that I love listening to. Most of her videos on YouTube are red, but she's got a picture of Jesus, his face at the cross of Calvary with shedding blood, you know, what they did to him. And her prayers are awesome. I listen to Pastor 777. And I'm astonished by that one, because Pastor 777 falls in line with a song called that Lord sang, Team. I think it's Team, when the cups all broke, but it wasn't my fault. And I keep thinking about one of my children, because Pastor 777, he's got a prayer. And he says there's a woman that has cups are breaking, and it's not her fault. The girl had to ask for somebody else to hold the cups because they were breaking all the time. Well, these people know how to like reach my steering wheel, so that's why I believe they helped Heather LaGrosse and Ollie to die, because they know how to invisibly touch people, which is eerie to me. But it's like Chris Angel, he does demon magic, and you can even Google it or YouTube it. It is demon magic. These people actually are portraying evil spirits behind us. They are very evil, satanic people, and they are not allowed touching anyone. But they don't really care where we are. They don't care who we are, as long as they get their job done, because they're like a little robot for the hell, you know. They are really on this, it's like organized crime, but they are really, they don't stop. They're obsessed. I don't know what else to call them, but I forget the name of what they're called. Sociopaths. They just don't care about anything. And I was told one time they have no remorse for anything. They have no feelings. They're like dead inside, which is unbelievable to me that people are actually like this today. So we've got to really do something and get woke up to some of the people that are in this world. They probably didn't get treated very well when they were kids. They got with the bad people growing up, doing drugs, and became addicted. They don't get out of their addiction. Their minds are corrupted. They definitely do not think in line with Christ or normal, you know, everyday lives that most of us do. But I'm going to close. I'm at my stop. So, and again, I didn't turn around my video camera because I don't know how. There's nothing to turn my camera around. So, and please, I hope that somebody can hear me so we can get help for America right now, because I don't want to die. I'm getting hit in the head right now with a bat. I don't know if it's Mike Milton or one of them. I know that they don't take a shower. I can see behind me that they have long beards. They're dirty, stinky. They're worthless. And they're not in God, of course. They're very bad. They love what they do.